Hello church family, we wanted to put another video together thinking again about heaven and all that we've got to look forward to. We're told to look forward in hope. What? Okay, you can do. We're told to look forward in hope to what's coming, and so we want to speak about that. This one's for the gardeners really, so if you like the outdoors, if you like seeds and plants, then this is for you. And we're going to speak a bit about seeds, and we're going to speak a bit about the Garden of Eden, and we'll start in 1 Corinthians chapter 15. In verse 35, Paul's been speaking about resurrection. When Jesus comes back, all the bodies are going to get raised from the dead, and he says, but someone will ask, how are the dead raised? With what kind of body will they come? How foolish! What you sow does not come to life until it dies. When you sow, you don't plant the body that will be, but just a seed. And he goes on, so will it be with the resurrection of the dead. The body that's sown is perishable, it's raised imperishable. It's sown in dishonour, it's raised in glory. It's sown in weakness, it's raised in power. And he's saying, we can have real bodies. They're going to be able to touch and feel and eat and drink and dance. They're going to be real bodies. They're going to be better bodies. And he's comparing it, the difference between a seed and a full-grown plant. And so I will show you some seeds with the children now. Say hello. Hello. Can you tell me what these seeds are?
Poppy.
These seeds here on the plate? No, they come from a fruit you eat. What are they from?
Onions.
Onions? Those are... Think of a fruit, you chop it up.
Apple.
Apple, they're apple seeds, aren't they? Do we have any apple trees in the garden?
Yeah.
Can you find one for me?
Here.
Yes.
Here.
And there, that big one.
Daddy, here.
That's a very nice tree.
And here.
And over here.
No, that's a plum. Daddy, I think that's a plum.
Okay, well let's go and find some other ones.
Why?
Luke, what do you think these are?
Poppy.
I think those are poppy seeds. Put them down so people can see. They look nice, don't they? If I had to guess, I would say that they grow into badgers when they get bigger.
Look.
Let them see, Luke. Hold your hands away.
Can I have a guess now?
Yeah, you guess.
Sunflower seeds.
They are sunflower seeds. Can you find any sunflowers in the garden? Okay, Luke.
No, goodbye. I'm here.
Just here.
And here.
Very good. Are there any others?
No.
What do you think is more interesting? Apple seed or an apple tree? What do you think? Apple tree or an apple seed? What would you rather have? An apple tree! What about sunflowers? Sunflower seed or a sunflower? Annabelle! Luke, would you rather have a sunflower seed or a sunflower? I'd rather have a sunflower.
Me.
Me too.
Me too.
Do you know that Jesus says that our bodies now are like seeds compared to the bodies that we're going to have when Jesus comes back? Isn't that amazing? Seeds are wonderful, but I want the real deal. I want the body that's coming. I'm looking forward to that. But it gets better still. There's this whole imagery and picture of the Garden of Eden, and back at the beginning, you've got God making something and somewhere for him to live and be with his people, and everything he looks at, he says, it's good. And you look at it and that there's fruitful work for Adam and Eve to do in the garden, and it's free from frustration or pain, and it's work that's satisfying. It's all the good things about using your time well and having something to do without any of the downsides. And so there's satisfaction, there's wonderful relationship with each other and with God. There's the presence of God there with them. In chapter 3 in Genesis, you see God, he's walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and he's calling out to his people because it's what he's used to doing. He spends time with them. And all of this is spoiled by sin. All of it's spoiled. So again, in Genesis, you have these curses for their disobedience, and one of them is now it's going to be difficult to work. The ground's going to put out thorns, and there's going to be pain in childbearing, but lots of other parts of life as well. There's going to be frustration. Relationships are broken. They can't be in God's presence anymore. They're turfed out of the garden. And all of this is dealt with on the cross by Jesus. And we're now experiencing the benefits of that, but we're not yet experiencing the fullness of what God is bringing about. So we are waiting for the true and better garden. And it's not just back to Eden, it's the fullness of what Eden could one day have become. So if you look at Revelation chapter 22, this part of this grand vision of what God's bringing about and what things are going to be like when Jesus returns, and it says, "The angel showed me the river of the water of life, as clear as crystal, flowing down from the throne of God and of the Lamb, down the middle of the great street of the city. On each side of the river stood the tree of life, bearing 12 crops of fruit every month, and the leaves of the tree are for the healing of nations. No longer will there be any curse. The throne of God and of the Lamb will be in the city, and his servants will serve them. They will see his face." And everything that we're waiting for comes true when Jesus returns. Earth has been under a curse, and there is pain and thorns and brokenness. No longer. I've got this, I drew it at the front of my journal. No longer will there be any curse. No longer. No longer. It's good. It's good. Everywhere you look, it's good. Back in Eden, God said when they'd sinned, "I can't let them eat the tree of life." Now there's a river of life flowing out across the whole of the new creation, and it's putting out fruit on the trees around it, and it's life and it's flavour and it's healing. Everywhere you look, it's good. And now we can have God with us always, and we can be in his presence, and we can see him face to face. Dear friends, this is what we are looking forward to. If you don't know Jesus, he is good, and he will give you a hope and a future that is beyond anything else. Dear friends, I hope to see you soon. Grace and peace to you all. Come, Lord Jesus. Come, Lord Jesus.